Scan through several of the conversations that you had in the recent past. Look at conversations in the family. You're telling your child or you're telling your spouse that you should do this, you must have done this because you did not do so and so thing. I am feeling very bad. Or you're telling your employer or somebody at the work that, look, this opportunity should have come to me, or you should have praised me a lot more, or you were asking for that, that recommendation or that little thumbs up that you should have got, or somebody to support you in a certain forum. Or you were telling your friends that, why didn't you plan this? Why didn't you show up for this party? Why didn't you show up for my birthday? Expectations and entitlements, tons and tons of them. There is so much of entitlement that we are going around with, where we are saying that I deserve this, I deserve that, I deserve this. It's I, and the story of deserve, deserve, and deserve. The question is, we want more and more. And when we don't get more, that more is getting us into trouble. Whereas what we really need to understand is that no one really owes us anything. This is something that we have been taught very incorrectly in our multi-generational script that we are carrying, and various kinds of scripts that we are taught, whether it's about life through our family members, or it is our social circle by our teachers or by our friends, or it's the workplace scripts where people who have mentored us, coached us, or who we have watched, they are teaching you this. It's almost like a monkey see, monkey do kind of situation. Every monkey is going around expecting something from someone, and you think that the whole world owes you something. This game has to stop, because the more you indulge in this game, the more your relationships will be shallow. They will only be based on the fact that if you are getting a positive trade-off, you are in the relationship. If you're not getting a positive trade-off, you will not be in that relationship. It cannot just be. Fine, you need to have exchange. You need to add value and meaning to each other's life, but it cannot be that you walk around feeling that everybody owes you something, and that makes you a net taker. If you're a give and take, if your giving is slightly more than taking, which is fine. But if you are a taker, then that's where the problem is. Please understand the frame that I'm inviting you to understand. Now, this problem happens in three broad categories. The first one, and that's the broadest category, is that we have a sense of entitlement coming from responsibility of others. So we think that our parents are responsible for us, our spouse is responsible for us, children should be responsible towards us, friends should be responsible towards us, XYZ, so and so, so and so. You give a name to a relationship and you attach a responsibility with that. You have a team and you attach a responsibility to that. You get a boss and you attach a responsibility to that. So almost in a 360-degree way, we assign certain names and responsibility to others, and we think that people should do things in that responsibility. Very few times are we asking this question: how am I responsible? How am I contributing? Both those sides are very important. Remember what I said, you cannot be a net taker. You have to be slightly more of a giver than a taker there, slightly more. And that degree is something that we need to develop that judgment about. So wherever you have named a relationship, wherever you have formed a relationship, wherever you are connected with another human being or another person or another institution, or wherever you are in your environment, your family, your social circle, your workplace, if there is some sense of somebody having to take responsibility of you and your life, please start letting go of that. You are an entity in yourself. You are an individual in yourself. You have an identity that you need to develop, capabilities and capacity that you need to develop. You need to fend for yourself. If someone is being kind towards you and is giving you something, that's a wonderful act that only shows that your contributions to their life have matured to a point that their free will is allowing them to do something positive for you. Hope that makes sense, right? So get rid of the entitlement of the responsibility that you have put on others, or the responsibility of relationships that others have with you, right? That's the first one. The second one is the entitlement that comes from your effort. Almost all of us feel that we are making a lot of effort. We are making an effort towards our family. We are making an effort towards the work. We are making an effort towards friends. All of that. Some of us even consider that just by playing WhatsApp or a few calls with somebody, you are being empathetic to them, you are being compassionate, you are being available, whereas you are actually not really adding value. Effort doesn't count in relationships if it's not of value. If you don't have effort, it will matter. But if the effort alone is there and there is no value from that effort, which then means that effort itself is not a very constructive effort, then again, there is a challenge. So if you have this entitlement that I am making a lot of effort in life, and because of that, people owe me things, my workplace, my friends, my family, my spouse owes me, it just doesn't make sense. So you have to again stop. You have to contribute to value to others wherever you are. So like in the first one, I said, it's about how responsible you are towards others. Here, it's the question of how valuable you are towards others. Responsibility is a sense of morality, values, and position that you bring. And value is what really tangible and intangible you contribute. Like you may help someone get their work done, but you may also be a source of joy, peace, and harmony. You may help somebody complete a project, complete a task, complete their studies, complete something, or provide resources, money, etc. But on the other side, you also bring them positivity, a sense of hope, a sense of love, etc. That's the way that we need to look. So also, please get rid of the entitlement of your effort. And the third one is the entitlement of goodness and loyalty. We tend to say, if I was in their place, I would do it. Because I would do it, I expect them also to do it. Oh, I have been with them for so long, and just because I have been with them for so long, I expect this to happen. And this is the other thing that we tend to develop as human beings, that we have this sense that we are good and fair, we are loyal, and that's why others should do things for us. And again, the question then comes to it is that just by being there in the relationship, just by being sort of good to them or being loyal to them, what are you doing? Are you really in that space where you are uplifting that relationship? Are you really in a place where you are creating an environment for the other person that they really want to be with you, really see that you are someone worthwhile in that relationship, right? That's a very important one. So remember, when I said it should not be the entitlement of responsibility that you place on others, but the entitlement of, but your own responsibility towards others. It's not the entitlement of your effort, but the kind of value that you need to be generating. And the third one, it should not be your entitlement of being good and loyal, but it should be how they find you desirable in your relationship desirable, that people should be responding to. That's what really contributes. So again, if you have this whole entitlement that I am good, I am loyal, that's why others should do this for me, you need to lose it. Because you really may not be creating an environment in that person's life that may be helpful, that may be making you desirable. So in a nutshell, my friends, please lose your entitlement. Entitlement is dragging the relationship, it's pulling the relationship, it's taking from the relationship, it's extracting from the relationship, it's exploiting from the relationship, it's draining from the relationship, it's sucking the relationship of energy. It's not giving life. If you want to give life to your relationships, you need to stop feeling that others owe you something. You need to get to a spot where you realize that you need to take responsibility of your relationship. You need to add value to your relationship. And you need to be the person who is the go-to, the desirable, the required. And that's when your relationships will be fruitful, fulfilling, enjoyable, and engaging for you. It's your responsibility to make these things happen.